Are we rolling? Tell me we're rolling. We are rolling. Welcome to Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. And today, guys, you're watching the live show. And hopefully you just watched the digest. That's kind of like the quick version of everything here. But because we're live, you guys can come in and you can talk about these topics that dropped today. And we got one that kind of just dropped in right off the bat in like the last hour or so. And I got my trailer reaction up for it. It's Glass Onion. What else are we going to talk about today? Well, Wakanda Forever week starts, so we're going to be watching the Wakanda Forever buzz to see if, it comes out on Thursday, guys. I got my tickets. I hope you got yours. James Cameron says he's got a plan in case Avatar 2 bombs. So that poses the question between Wakanda Forever, Avatar 2, and Black Adam had another good week at the box office. Which one is going to be the biggest box office take for the weekend, or for the, rest of the year? I think Avatar 2 has the potential to be the number one, but was this good for Wakanda Forever? And I think that one might be the number one. But we'll start off by talking about that Knives Out Glass Onion trailer that just dropped, guys. The Glass Onion trailer that dropped just like literally an hour ago. And it was a good trailer. I put my trailer reaction up. It didn't get blocked, luckily. You got to see a lot more of the characters in here, and that was really cool. You got to see Batista, and you get like the little nuances of what each quirk of the characters are going to be, and I like that aspect of it, for sure. Batista is a little bit like Drax a bit, but that's okay. That's why we're not watching it, right, guys? We're watching it because Edward Norton is cool, Catherine Hahn, Kate Hudson. There's just some interesting things about this, and of course Daniel Craig. You know that Daniel Craig has fun playing this character, Benoit Blanc. And we've seen this in the first trailer, so he looks shocked that he's there, right? He did look shocked. But what this trailer gave us was that a little bit more of what this movie's going to be about. And it looks like they're actually there to play a murder mystery, a dinner murder mystery. But then it sounds like somebody's actually going to end up dead. So that's cool, man. Catherine Hahn is fantastic. We're going to see her in Agatha, Coven of Chaos next year. Janelle Monáe. And of course, Daniel Craig as Benoit Blanc. That's cool. And he's just doing his little things that like mannerisms that just kind of like, he's doing something like his accent's all different and stuff like that. It's just cool, man. I dig it. So when is this coming out? November 23rd in the theaters, limited release. And I just seen that I should be able to get a copy of my own. I should be able to go and see it on my own in the theaters here. It's playing near here, I think. So I'll go and see it. And so you'll have to stay tuned for my straight out of the theater reaction, November 23rd. And that's just around the corner, guys. November 23rd. Wait a minute. Isn't that a Wednesday? 23rd. Yeah. So it comes out on a Wednesday, huh? Look at Edward Norton there. He's got different haircuts. So is he playing like different versions of himself or trying to set up a murder? But I like the cast. I think it looks fantastic. From Rian Johnson. The cast looks phenomenal. 1 week only, November 23rd. So that is a Wednesday. And then, of course, the month after that on Netflix, December 23rd, we'll be doing a full live watch along for this here on the channel, Mirror Domains, for sure. So stay tuned for that, guys. Check that out. Really cool trailer. And I was impressed. Madeline Klein is whiskey. Okay. Notice that it also says Ethan Hawke and Hugh Grant are in this, but we didn't see them in any of the materials so far. We didn't see any of them in the trailers. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is in this. Cool. Natasha Lyonne is in as Natasha Lyonne. So these four people. Oh, Serena Williams. The four here are playing themselves. So I'm guessing they'll be on like a show or something like that. But Ethan Hawke is Efficient Man and Hugh Grant is Philip. I'm guessing one of them is going to be in the body. Because that's the kind of humor that Rian Johnson has. I think that's what's going to happen. Cool trailer, guys. What did you guys think about it? Did you see it? Let me know in the comments. Our Glass Viking says in the live chat, I think they showed us a little too much of the Glass Onion in the trailer. Or did they? They did say twistier, yeah. I'm sure that there were a lot of red herrings in there for sure. Edward Norton looks as if he was about to Hulk out. Yeah, he did. He had that look in his face, right? Okay, let's get into the main stories for today, guys. Stranger Things 5, Season 5. Episode title has been revealed as Chapter 1, The Crawl by the Duffer Brothers. And I know that the hardcore Stranger Things fans out there, well, I guess I am sort of one myself. I mean, I did full live watch-alongs for Season 4. That's up on the channel right now, guys. Go check that out. A lot of people really like those watch-alongs. Like, once you get the idea of what I'm doing with those, hey, you get to watch the entire episode with me. Why not? That's fun. But Stranger Things Season 5 is supposed to come out next year sometime. Hopefully. They're going to shoot it pretty soon. So, Chapter 1, The Crawl. And it remains to be seen. I think they said they were going to keep it in the same format as Season 4. So, I think we'll get 7 episodes in the first half. And then 8 and 9 will be like a month later. But I hear that it's not going to be the episodes won't be as long. But that's cool. At least things are moving along. Chapter 1, The Crawl, Stranger Things. We're Stranger Things fans here, right? For sure. Okay, guys, it's Monday, so you know what time that is. It's time for the weekend box office report. And Black Adam tops another slow weekend at the box office with 18.5 before Black Panther 2 arrives. So let's just go over to the old box office mojo and take a look for a weekend of November 4th to the 6th. Here they are, guys. Number 1 was Black Adam. Number 2 was One Piece film Red, an anime film. Okay, number 3 was Ticket to Paradise. Number 4 was Smile. And number 5 was Pray for the Devil. Smile, holding in there. Cool. It didn't move at all. Neither did Black Adam. But the new film was New Piece film Red, which is an anime film. And we look at those numbers there, domestically 9.4, but internationally 132. So I'm guessing that a lot of that's probably from Japan. Hey, those movies are big and people like them. 141.6 worldwide for One Piece film Red. That's good. But let's just take a look at the number 1, Black Adam. What's it doing here? Black Adam. 137.3 domestically, 182 internationally, so 319.6 worldwide. Guys, as much as somebody out there would try to spin this as a bomb, it's not. It costs around $200 million, plus marketing, plus the theaters keep their percentages. It's probably just reaching that break-even point, and it'll have some staying power because even though that Wakanda Forever comes out this week, which will bump everything down here on the main list, because Wakanda Forever, I think, is going to open up huge. It's going to be 90 to 100 million, if not more than 100 million. I think it will. But we'll talk about that in a few moments. Black Adam, and that's the only other big movie that's having a wide release this month. I think there are a few more smaller ones, but we'll have to see for next week, for sure. And the only other cool thing about today's thing, Banshees of Inisherin opened up in wider, more theaters as well, but it's still only $895. It is playing near me. I am going to go see it tomorrow, guys. I'm seeing Banshees of Inisherin tomorrow. So 13, it moved up the ranks. So like the smaller movies move up the rank, but Smile hanging in there in the 4th spot, guys. Smile just crossed 200 million worldwide, so 202.9 worldwide, and that's cool. That's cool. That's awesome in my books, because for me, it's still one of the better horror movies of the year, for sure. So that's the box office report for this weekend, guys. Let's just move on to other big topics. The big one of the day that I thought was kind of cool was the Gran Turismo movie. Yes, the Gran Turismo movie. Jaimin Hansu and Spice Girls, Jerry Halliwell Horner joins Sony's racing movie. Okay, well, that's cool. And and this, of course, is from Neil Blomkamp. And Neil Blomkamp's no stranger to casting musicians in movies. And Jerry Halliwell, okay. Jaimin Hansu is just a sweet deal right there. That's cool. He's always awesome. But, okay, you know what? Some people would be like, well, what has she done? Do you think that she could be okay? It really depends on how big the role is, right? Jerry Horner under IMDb is what she's being listed as. Okay. Let's just see if she's acted in anything other than some other things. The Spice Girls pre-production voice. Maybe there's a cartoon. Yeah, she was in the Spice Girls movie, but that was kind of like more of like a, what was it? A mockumentary kind of thing. Okay, so she's had small parts in Sex and the City. Absolutely fabulous. Okay, all right. But again, it's just one of those things where I say that you know, if you're an artist and you like singing and stuff, that doesn't mean that you're isolated to one avenue of artistry. Acting is definitely up there for a lot of people. So there you go. Who else is in this Gran Turismo movie, guys? Gran Turismo, the synopsis reads, the ultimate wish fulfillment tale of a teenage Gran Turismo player whose gaming skills won a series of Nissan competitions to become an actual professional race car driver based on a true story. It's also going to have David Harbour, Orlando Bloom, Darren Barnett, and Archie Madicway. I'm sure that's going to be kind of inspirational. August 11th, 2023, guys. What do you think about those Gran Turismo headlines? Are you intrigued? I'll be wanting to check that out. Okay, some live comments here. Stranger Things was an amazing series. It'll be great to see it wrap up with a bang, then a whisper. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I think it will. I think they might kill off some main characters. That's what I think. Our Glass Vikings also says, hearing great reports about Banshees of Inisherin. Hope you enjoy it, James, and can understand their accents okay. I hope so, too. I don't think it'll be that bad. And the theater that I'm seeing it, it's a small theater. It's nice and intimate. So it's not like a big stadium theater. It's like one of those old school small theaters because it's an art house theater that I'm seeing into that. And I'll have fun doing that. Okay. For sure. What else can you find on Mirror Domains? Hey, you know all those little shorts that get published? You can see like sometimes extended versions of those on TikTok and Instagram. I implore you to go check that out. And we do full live watch-alongs for things like Star Wars Andor on Wednesdays, guys. I know a lot of people aren't watching it, and you're missing out because Andor is a lot of fun for sure. Last Friday, we did a full live watch along for Enola Holmes 2, and we got a headline about that later on about Henry Cavill. Guys, that's a lot of fun. We do a lot of fun things here on this channel, and of course, on the weekends, we do the Horror Weekly Roundup where we talk about all the big horror movie news headlines that drop during the week, and we do full live movie watch alongs too. So, guys, all of these things are in nice little playlists for you guys. You're going to find a lot of things here that you're going to like. So please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, follow the playlists. If you're a movie fan, for sure, you're going to find something that will make you go, hey, what is this page here? I want to sign up for this kind of stuff. This is cool content, man. All right, let's move on to more movie news headlines. Let's get in and talk about this Hunger Games prequel. I guess Rachel Zegler has wrapped. Rachel Zegler wraps Hunger Games prequel filming with behind-the-scenes images. Okay. Yeah, she's going to be in this movie, and I guess she's wrapped. And she loved every second of it. She took to the social medias, her Twitter, I have loved every second, and that's a wrap. Okay. Yeah, there she is on set. Now, can Songbirds and Snakes live up to the original Hunger Games movies? Well, that remains to be seen, I think. We've just had the teaser where they revealed the logo of it, right? I mean, it looked fresh. It looked cool. It's expected November 17th, 2023. What is it about? It's about Coriolanus Snow. It's the older President Snow. He's younger now, and he develops feelings for a female District 12 tribute during the 10th Hunger Games, directed by Francis Lawrence. Viola Davis, Peter Dinklage. Like, the cast for this looks great. Rachel Zegler's in this as Lucy Gray Baird. And then, of course, the younger Snow is played by Tom Blythe. I mean, look at this cast. Jason Schwartzman's in this. Cool. Haven't seen him in a while. That's cool. Cool cast, man. So she's wrapped. It's due out next November, so just a year away. And that puts it in about the time frame for post-production. Yeah. Hunger Games prequel, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Guys, what do you think about that headline? Rachel Zegler has wrapped. Our Glass Viking says, I think Gran Turismo is going to do what Fast and Furious didn't do with the cars. Maybe it will be an updated Days of Thunder, and we'll be looking forward to... Yeah, that's what I wanted. I want it to be like Days of Thunder, like that him working with the pit crew and stuff like that. I like that kind of stuff a lot. It does look great, and the cast is rounding out nicely for sure. For sure. Okay, and I think it'll be a good hit. Okay, Avatar. Let's talk about the other big movie. We just talked about Black Adam at the box office. It's going to do okay, but it's not going to be the number one. It's not going to be the biggest. I think Avatar 2 is going to be the biggest. Maybe Wakanda Forever will edge it out. But this fall and winter, I think it's going to be Avatar 2. But what happens if Avatar 2 bombs? What happens? Well, James Cameron has a plan if Avatar: The Way of Water bombs. Really? He has a plan for that? Well, the only other plan that he could think of is, well, maybe just to stop doing them. I like the trailer. I wasn't wowed by it, but I mean, let's see what he said here. In a quote, the market could be telling us we're done in 3 months, or we might be semi-done, meaning, okay, let's complete the story within movie 3 and not go on endlessly if it's just not profitable. And that's the key point there, that if it's not profitable. What I got to say about this is kind of like just because of its name alone, because of the hype and the excitement from the first movie, it doesn't matter what people say about the second movie. If the critics come out and say it's a god awful and it has like a 20% score on the tomato meter, it doesn't matter. People are going to go out and see it regardless. So based on that, it's going to be just like Episode 7, Star Wars Episode 7. It doesn't matter how bad it is. People are going to go see it anyway, and it's going to make a lot of money. It's based off of people's reactions that I think they'll have to measure should they continue on or not. But it sounds like he's got it in the back of his mind that he could wrap it up in the third movie, which makes me pose the question, why wouldn't you? Right? Because of money, James. It's all about money. Well, it's also, there's such a thing as milking the franchise. We've seen it happen to countless franchises, just kind of like run out of gas. Fast and the Furious is one of those. It ran out of gas the first time, and then it got rejuvenated in number 5, and now it's really starting to run out of gas the second time. And I feel like it's going to limp across the finish line. Yeah. But Cameron's got a plan there to pull out in case it happens. I don't think it's going to happen. I think people are going to see it regardless out of mere curiosity and stuff like that. So Avatar 2, I still think has the potential to make the $1 billion. I think it will. Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see when it comes out, because the 3-hour runtime is going to impact that, because it's going to limit how much viewings theaters can show. It's all up in the air. It could be the next best thing since like sliced bread too, right? And if it's like that, then okay, cool. But based off the trailer, we'll have to see what the reception is. But what's definitely not going to bomb, like the potential is, if it's not bombing at all, is Wakanda Forever. People have really loved the trailers, and they're doing the premieres now. So Black Panther Wakanda Forever holds historic premiere in Nigeria. That's cool. Wow. Yeah, there's Lupita Nyong'o right there. And all the fans came out there for that. Ryan Coogler and the rest of the cast went over there for that. There's Denai Guerrera. Cool. Winston Duke. Letitia Wright. Yeah, there they are right there. All of them. Including Tenoch Huerta, the bad guy. Or I don't think he's the bad guy. Namor. I think he's just going to be the misunderstood bad guy at the start, and then he'll become an ally towards the end. But yeah, I felt like that was kind of cool. It is indeed Wakanda Forever week, guys. We'll be watching this to see if, the embargo, once that drops, we'll take a look at the early buzz. That'll probably be tomorrow when that drops, because it comes out Thursday. And I got my tickets, guys. I hope you guys got yours. I think I'm seeing it at 3 o'clock on Thursday, because it's 2 hours and 41 minutes. Again, with these long movies, guys, come on. My ideal runtime for a movie is an hour and a half. An hour 40 at the most. 2 hours is pushing it. And then beyond that, you're flirting with peril, as far as I'm concerned. Because if you can't tell the bulk of your story within an hour and a half, you can't, it's like cutting off limbs, I know, but it's kind of like, Hopefully it moves fast, though. I'm still hyped for this one. I think this is the most, out of the ones left in the theater, I think this one has the most potential to make the most bank. I think this one does. I'm putting Wakanda Forever first, then Avatar, and then, out of the fall, I had to say Black Adam, because Black Adam, just this is going to run into a wall when it meets Wakanda Forever. Let's move on to some actors' testimonials here. What's this all about? This is kind of a curious thing. Timothée Chalamet's Wonka prequel movie performance praised by co-star Keegan-Michael Key. Okay, so Keegan-Michael Key is praised Timothée Chalamet's Wonka. That comes out next year, guys. Comes out next year, that Wonka movie. Let's see what he said about Mr. Chalamet. Here's this wonderful effort list about how he plays Wonka. Not to mention the fact that there's this hopeful quality that he gives the character. Blah, 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 blah. A bunch of nuance. He always shows up for the next thing. He's like, okay, that didn't work out. We'll do this, and we'll try something else. And Timothée Chalamet, what can I say? Sacre bleu. This kid, he drips charisma, a wonderful confidence. He's just a really delicious artist. Delicious. Is that something that you would say about Timothée Chalamet? He's delicious? Okay, well, that's a very shocking and daring testimonial there from Keegan-Michael Key. Let's move on with more testimonials here from Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney says working with Dakota Johnson on Madame Web made her nervous. Was it because she's the daughter of Don Johnson? I don't know. Well, I haven't seen Sydney Sweeney in anything yet, but this Madame Web movie, it's a spin-off of the Spider-Man universe where she's like one of the villains, right? It's kind of an interesting project, but let's see what Sydney Sweeney said. She said, I was a little nervous, I have to say. I snuck 50 Shades of Grey in high school. My parents didn't let me watch it, and I watched it. So I'm a huge fan of her. She's so hot. Ooh, is she delicious? Would you say, Sydney? Is she delicious? No, but Dakota, you're hot, and I loved working with you. Okay, so she said that. What's next for Sydney Sweeney? She's going to be working on that Barbarella reboot. That's one I'm looking forward to. This Madame Web thing, it still remains to be seen if it's going to be good. As long as it's... People like Morbius. So maybe they do kind of like these things. And, they didn't really like the Venom Let There Be Carnage. I don't know. We'll have to see how it all fits together. I like the cast. And, that's an interesting testimonial. And finally, there's one more from Zoe Saldana talking about Star Trek 4. Zoe Saldana comments on Star Trek 4 getting delayed yet again. Basically, guys, they've been trying to get this together. Like JJ tried to throw this together and on the fly, and it really came across like that he was just doing it like this, and everybody's schedules were kind of like, well, we're booked for other things, and that's what she talks about here, is that we were in touch with JJ trying to sort out what to see. Basically, I know that we're all on the same page. We would love nothing more to be able to come back. I don't know about that, though. You guys had your 3 movies, as far as I'm concerned. And, Anton there, he's passed on. May he rest in peace. Chekhov, I don't want to see a recast. But if you were to make a 4th one, I would say recast. And I don't want that. You had your 3 movies. It's time to move on. JJ, talking about milking a franchise until it's totally worthless. People don't want this Elseworld universe anyway. They want to move on with more the main timeline kind of stuff. That's the way I feel. And that's kind of just what she was reiterating there. Some powerful declarations, some testimonials there from some actors. What do you guys think about some of that headlines? Curious. Very curious. Do you see that as a foot? I don't know. Henry Cavill as Sherlock Holmes. Henry Cavill discusses the possibility of an Enola Holmes spinoff. And we watched Enola Holmes there on Friday. And I got to tell you, he's awesome as Sherlock. He truly is. He's got this great rapport with with Millie Bobby Brown as well. There's a couple scenes in Enola Holmes 2 where they're solving cases. They're looking at a crime scene, and him pulling out the stuff, looking for the clues, it just came off natural. It was smooth from him. And it's not the Robert Downey Jr. kind of quirky Sherlock Holmes. I thought it was inspired casting. Like, you never thought that he could pull that off, but he does. And it's very interesting. So what does he say here? What does Cavill say about this? He said this during an interview with the Collider. I do know what you mean. Yes, I think there are so many options there. The important thing for me is making sure that I can give everything I need to give to every one of the characters that I play. As we know, I'm getting busier and my plate is becoming slightly more full, so I think it's all about making sure that I have time to serve the characters I need to. And yeah, I'm sure there's going to be an Enola Holmes 3, so we'll have to see how that goes. But he's also got things like Highlander, and of course he just signed on for more Superman, so that's cool in my books, man. So he wants to make sure that when he signs on to these things, he's got the time to give it his all. And that's what kind of happened with The Witcher, right? It wasn't going to fit into his schedule anymore. He wasn't happy with the way that the writers were happening with that. And that kind of bleeds into our next story about Liam Hemsworth. Liam Hemsworth says that he reportedly auditioned for The Witcher even before Henry Cavill's casting. Well, that makes it all right then, obviously, right? That he's going to take over the role for Geralt. Why not, right? Yes? No? No. No, it's not, guys. Here's my prediction. And I know it's not bold, but I suspect they're going to shoot season 4 with him. But I think that's going to be it. I think fans will look at it. Fans have already voiced their concerns. We did a story last week where there's a petition out there to have Cavill come back, but that's not going to happen. Cavill's already moved on. It's not going to happen. But this is just Liam trying to smooth over the water, saying, it's okay, guys, it's okay. They kind of sort of wanted me in the first place. Maybe, I was maybe second choice to Cavill, but I don't see it happening. Not for sure. Some live comments here. J.J. Abrams' Star Trek is like all-you-can-eat buffet. When you're full, you're full. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good analogy there. Henry Sherlock would be good to see. The introduction of Watson was promising at the end of Enola Holmes 2. Yeah, it was. And it was from that guy. He's the guy who made the dream serum in Inception, right? It was that guy? And if it is, that's cool. I'm hoping Liam Hemsworth's performance will be like Heath Ledger level before The Witcher. One can only hope. Yeah, we'll have to see. Okay, guys, we got about 7 more minutes before I got to take off here. We'll go through the Twitter fallout and see what's going on with this story. The Twitter fallout continues. Twitter cracks down on impersonators, permanently suspends Kathy Griffin over mocking Elon Musk. Yeah, well, I guess he can't. Well, he says he wants to make it a platform for free speech. But as long as you don't mock him, right, then it's, well, then what the hell are you talking about, man? But then you see this outrage continues. Kathy Griffin defies the Twitter suspension and returns under her dead grandmother's. Oh, geez. Yeah, that's shady. Kathy, I wouldn't do that. Hey, if you get banned, you're banned. I just don't come back up to the table for more punishment. That's the way I see it. It's like, okay, you don't want me to be part of your little clubhouse? Fine, I'm out. And I guess other celebrities have taken to their voices and their soapboxes to voice their concerns about this too. Mark Ruffalo pleads with Elon Musk to get off Twitter following takeover. Hand the keys over to someone who does this kind of stuff, he says. Because he's kind of made a weird... yeah. Elon Musk has fumbled the ball on this a bit. With all of the checkmark stuff going on in the background, with this free speech kind of thing, he hasn't reinstated all the people that were banned yet. So the people on the right side in the States are kind of looking at it and saying, well, hey, you were supposed to save us and liberate us, right? It hasn't happened yet. And then, of course, this weird kind of thing on the left side where you're banning people for free speech and you say that it's for free speech and it's not happening. And this badge thing, well, yeah, Twitter halts the institute subscription model for verification check marks until after the election in the states, which is tomorrow. So we'll have to see how that all pans out, and yeah, I don't see people paying for it. I don't. It'd be kind of like you have it or you don't. For me, it's not a big deal because I don't have it, and I really don't care that much about Twitter. But yeah, Musk had gone on to say that he wants it to be a platform for truth and honesty and stuff like that. And it's kind of like, yeah, it's not really. It's kind of a fallout, and we'll see what happens. It's still up in the air right now to see how things are all how the chips are gonna fall, right? And we do the Twitterverse roundup here, and when we do that, if it has any impact on that, then we'll stop using Twitter. But that's why I'm keeping my eye on this. One more story that wasn't talked about, but is kind of trending there, is James Gunn responds to the release of the Air Cut and other DC fan campaigns. So yeah, this was trending this has been trending for a long time. Release the Air Cut, restore the Snyderverse, and that's not the direction they're going. He came out and he said that he basically appreciates, people's passions and concerns about it, right? We acknowledge you, the fans. Let we hear your different desires or pathways forward for DC. So yeah, he wants to acknowledge that, hey, we hear you guys, but right now, that's not our priorities, right? Our priorities are Superman and Batman, and we invite all DC fandoms from across the multiverse and everyone else as well into this new universe. We can't wait to reveal more. But our initial focus is on this story moving forward, hammering out the new DCU and telling the biggest story ever told across multiple platforms, TV shows, and animated projects. So by that quote, it sounds like we're not going to, even David Ayer is kind of like, there would be a lot of work that had to be done with it, and it's kind of like maybe years down the line, like a long time from now. And as far as restoring the Snyderverse, it sort of is, but then I don't think it will be once they announce what the next Superman is, because everybody's hoping that it's going to be Man of Steel 2, but I don't think it's going to be Man of Steel 2. It's just going to be called something Superman. Yeah. All right, guys. I got about 2 minutes here. Let's round out the show by taking a look at the old Twitterverse here. And yeah, Ryan Murphy's The Watcher has been renewed for a second season at Netflix. Okay. That's cool. Ryan Murphy's Monster has been renewed for 2 more seasons. It will become an anthology series with stories with other monstrous figures who have, impacted society. Paul Mescal. New trailer for Glass Onion. Yep. Our Glass Vikings puts a 10-pound live chat badge in the comment section. Thank you very much. Okay. Kelvin Harrison Jr., Samara weaving a mini driver on. Oh, yeah. This trailer dropped today, too. I guess I could have done a walkthrough for this, but it's like a period piece. Chevalier, I think it's called Chevalier. I like Minnie Driver, so it's cool to see her back. Yeah, that trailer dropped. Cool. Yeah, it's from that era, right, where they wore the wigs and the powder. They didn't take baths. That was gross. That's the only gross thing about this era. Well, actually, a lot of it's gross. I mean, I couldn't live in this, or I couldn't survive in this era. I'd be mowing fields, or I'd be doing some of the worst things possible. Actually, I wouldn't be. Would I? No, I would be. I'd be enslaved or killed or shepherded into like small pieces of land by then, right? Yeah, it was a terrible time. Not a great time. Anyway, I don't mean to end up on a bummer here. I'm sure this movie has nothing to do with anything like that. April 7th, 2023 is when this comes out. Okay. New trailer. Yeah, so we saw that. So it's already got 144,000 views. So people are interested about it for sure. Jimmy Kimmel will return to host the Oscars next year. Cool. First look at Dwayne Johnson and Chris Evans in the red one. Yeah. Apparently they're like dueling for Santa favors or something like that. Dwayne Johnson is like a workaholic, right? And his passion does show through on his projects for sure. Chris Evans, always cool to see him. Why not? And yeah, guys, I think that's where we'll end out here. New trailer for Glass Onion debuts tomorrow. So yeah, we'll round it out there today, guys. I got some family business I got to step out and deal with right now. But I hope you enjoy these shows. Hit that thumbs up button. Pay attention for when the shorts get published, guys. 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock are when the shorts get published. Where you get the first wave at the 3 o'clock, and then the second wave there at 5 o'clock. 2 shorts each. And they're just kind of like recaps of these small stories in a little bit of a different format. And I hope you guys have fun with those. And if anything else drops, I'll let you guys know. I'll get it online and do it as quickly as I can. For sure. That's it. Join us tomorrow for more movie news, guys. I hope you enjoy everything. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you next time on Mirror Domains.